Here we are again, friends, for another story. Sleepless Beauty this time. This is a fairy tale, and as you might know, fairy tales have magic, usually the numbers 3 or 7, and there is usually evil versus good. Now, Sleepless Beauty is called a fractured fairy tale because it is following the theme and the story of an original fairy tale. They just changed it up a bit. See if you can figure out which fairy tale has gotten changed up. Sleepless Beauty by Frances Minters. Illustrated by G. Brian Karras. Very interesting, dreary looking pictures. Sleepless Beauty. Rudy toot toot, Rudy toot tooty. Here comes the story of the Sleepless Beauty. The day I was born, I was such a cutie. Mom and Dad called me their own little beauty. They actually named her Little Beauty. My parents were so happy to welcome baby me. They planned a birthday party in apartment suite 3D. They made sure that the cheery news was spread throughout the town. Just take a bus or subway and you're welcome to come down. All our friends and relatives came to the celebration, but the witch from down the block did not receive an invitation. The witch was just too wicked to rate an invitation. The evening of the party, she showed up nonetheless. Rats and mice played hopscotch in the pockets of her dress. The guests crowded our apartment. The witch didn't seem to mind them. She simply pushed through to the front, though she started way behind them. She came over to my cradle and she gave me a big kiss. She said, "Here is my present for the pretty little miss." The witch said, "Now you listen up, for here's the gift I bring her. On her 14th happy birthday, little Beauty'll prick her finger. Then Beauty and her parents and everyone who's near will fall asleep and stay asleep for a whole 100 years. Wow. Who would want to sleep for a whole 100 years? The guest yelled, "You are evil! It really isn't fair." "Okay, then," said the wicked witch. "I'll show you that I care. Just to prove I'm not so mean and that I'm not so snooty, when time is up, a great rock star will wake the sleeping beauty." Rudy toot toot and Tooty fruity. How does that grab you, dear little sleeping beauty? I didn't understand at first, for I was just a child, but the witch's scary present nearly drove my parents wild. They thought about it for a while, and this is what they planned. Sharp things wouldn't be allowed to touch my little hand. They threw out all the knives and forks, the scissors, every pin, and everything that they could think might prick my tender skin. Mom and Dad really thought Beauty had the softest little skin. As I grew up, I noticed, though they wouldn't tell me why, that I couldn't sew on buttons or slice an apple pie. I couldn't cut collages. I couldn't skate on ice. I couldn't use a pencil till someone used it twice. I couldn't get a manicure. I couldn't cut my hair. Father couldn't shave his face, but still, he didn't care. He didn't care at all because he knew what was at stake. Her mom and dad tried everything to keep themselves awake. Then on my 14th birthday, my heart went boom, boom, boom. I saw a creepy woman. She was sitting in my room. I admit that I was scared that she might be the witch. I had made a little plan, but there could be a hitch. "Well, who are you?" I asked her. "What are you doing here?" "I'm delivering your present, and this is it, my dear." And then she showed me something that was black and flat and round. "It's an old-time vinyl record. Let's listen to the sound. Take hold of the needle on that doodad over there and put it on the record. That's if you're not too scared." "Don't do it, Beauty." Well, yes, I touched the needle, and then I shouted, "Ouch! I've hurt my little finger." So I sat down on the couch. "Ah ha!" cackled the Wicked Witch. "I see I've done my duty. Good night, now for 100 years. Sleep well, my sleeping beauty." She vanished in a cloud of smoke, and I yawned very deeply. I had to take a little nap. Suddenly, I was sleepy. Mom and Dad were snoring loud, so were the dog and cat. Even a tiny little mouse was sleeping on the mat. Although they couldn't hear me, "Good night to you," I said. I put on my pajamas and then I went to bed. "See you in 100 years. Sweet dreams, little beauty." Oh my. Everyone that was near her, that was it, must have been the entire apartment building, went to sleep. Next morning, bright and early, as always, I awoke. I saw my parents sleeping. I thought it was a joke. Wake up, I shouted. "You've slept enough," I'd say. "What year is it?" asked Mother. "Same year as yesterday." "We didn't sleep 100 years. The witch did us no harm." "She couldn't," I said proudly, "'cause I set the alarm." Yes, folks, I was awakened by the tuneful sound of rock, sung by my favorite rock star on my personal radio clock. Tickety tick, tockety tock, 3 cheers for little Beauty and her trusty radio clock. Then Mom and Dad went off to work, but before I went to school, I sat right down to write a note to the rock star. It was cool. "My pleasure, I'm glad." The note said, "Dear rock star, thank you for helping me." I thanked him for lots for helping me to fool the wicked stranger. He wrote back, "It's my pleasure, gal. I'm glad you're out of danger." Rudy toot toot and Rudy kazooty. This concludes the story of Sleepless Beauty. Wait, Beauty, I have a question. Before you go away, what happened with the rock star? "Oh, we met one day." "And then what happened?" "Guess." "You both lived happily ever after?" "Yes." Fun little twist to an original fairy tale.